Hello Diablo 4 players. I am thrilled to present this guide video for the Sorcerer Chain Lightning Build. The Chain Lightning build I'm introducing is particularly powerful in PvP. It allows for smooth gameplay up to the 65th level of the Nightmare Dungeon without dying, and breezing through level 75 is also easily achievable. Please refer to my other videos for PvP gameplay and Nightmare Dungeon gameplay. The guide will proceed in the order of skill tree, Paragon, and finally, items. Every single explanation is crucial for understanding this build, so I kindly ask you to watch attentively until the end without missing anything. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments, and I will answer. For basic skills, although not assigned to any skill slots, invest 1 point each in Frost Bolt and Fire Bolt for use in enchantments. Frost Bolt grants a 15% chill to enemies, while Fire Bolt provides burning damage for 8 seconds. Expect significant synergy with the other skills, Paragon, and items to be selected below. For core skills, invest 5 points in Chain Lightning and choose Destructive Chain Lightning as modifiers. This will generate a large amount of cracking energy, the importance of which will be explained in the next section. For the passives in core skills, invest 3 points each in Devastation and Elemental Dominance. For defensive skills, allocate 1 point each to Flame Shield, Teleport, and Frost Nova, and select all their modifiers. Particularly for Teleport's modifiers, choose Mystical Teleport, with a critical focus on the specification. Cracking energy hits 2 additional enemies. Chain Lightning, as discussed earlier, generates a significant amount of cracking energy. Pair this with Mystical Teleport and the key passive Overflowing Energy that will be chosen later in the skill tree, and the effect shock skill cooldowns are reduced by 0.1 seconds, increased to 0.25 seconds against elites increases 4-fold. This synergy leads to a substantial cooldown reduction, allowing unrestrained use of all skills, including Teleport. Combined with the protection passive from Conjuration skill selection, a near constant health-based barrier can be maintained, which ironically may offer better survivability than if Shimmering Teleport had been chosen. For the passives and defensive skills, invest 2 points in Elemental Attunement and 3 points in Glass Cannon. This build has a 0% lucky hit chance bonus. The reason for allocating 2 points to Elemental Attunement is to reset the cooldown of defensive skills with the basic lucky hit chance. Even without the lucky hit chance bonus, the reset is performed quickly. For Conjuration skills, invest 1 point in Lightning Spear and select Invoke Lightning Spear as the modifier. This is an extremely useful skill that can track the position of enemies and instantly stun them. For the passives in Conjuration skills, invest 3 points each in Mana Shield and Protection. For the passives in Mastery skills, invest 3 points in Devouring Blaze. You can use Devouring Blaze with the Fire Bolt's enchantments, which can lead to a significant increase in damage. For ultimate skills, fully invest in Unstable Currents including its modifiers. It is extremely useful for pouring out powerful damage instantly. For the passives and ultimate skills, invest 3 points each in Hoarfrost, Electrocution, and Convulsions. You can use Hoarfrost with Frost Bolt's enchantments, leading to a moderate increase in damage. For key passives, select Overflowing Energy. As explained earlier, the effect shock skill cooldowns are reduced by 0.1 seconds, increased to 0.25 seconds against elites increases 4-fold. Paragon is composed of a total of 6 boards, meticulously designed considering both offense and defense. I'm confident it's a good fit not only for the Chain Lightning build but also for other builds. In the rare node, take note of gaining plus 44 mana and plus 14% attack speed, along with various types of damage reduction. For the starting node, utilize the control glyphs. It's very useful as it enables you to maintain the chill effect through Frost Bolt's enchantments. Remember, the chill effect counts as crowd control. For the second board, select Elemental Summoner. The unique feature of this board is that all the good rare nodes are located near the 4 attachment gates, minimizing wasted movement. Use the Imbiber glyphs on the Elemental Summoner board. These offer a high expectation of increased damage, and the 30% potion healing effect is particularly useful in PvP. For the third board, select Icefall. The glyphs you should use here are charged. They're useful as they provide a high expected additional bonus relative to the investment. For the fourth board, select Frigid Fate. A distinctive feature of this board is that it allows you to acquire up to plus 77.5% vulnerable damage. As you know, vulnerable damage is a crucial factor for sudden damage increases. Use the Unleash glyphs on the Frigid Fate board. They allow you to acquire a significant amount of vulnerable damage and plus 21 in dexterity and willpower, reducing the dependency on all stats and items. For the 5th board, select Burning Instinct. This board is very useful as you can maintain the burning effect with fire bolts enchantments. Use the destruction glyphs on the Burning Instinct board. These glyphs can increase core skills critical strike damage by up to plus 97% and provide a very useful additional bonus. Be aware that the rare node requires up to 540 willpower and up to 530 dexterity. You need to account for plus 65 all stats from items. For the 6th board, choose Static Surge. It's particularly useful since you can maintain the chill effect through the Frost Bolt's enchantments. For items, let's first take a look at stats. One key thing to note is the high damage reduction. Due to a bug, the 21% damage reduction from chilled enemies is not displayed, and damage reduction from elites has temporarily increased due to passives, although it will drop to below 25% in combat. However, it's still significantly high. Moreover, the dodge chance is also over 25%, which is a considerable amount. This is particularly useful when facing a thief, and if necessary, you can switch to the assimilation aspect to increase it up to 33%. Please refer to the content of the video for item options. There are 3 key parts worth mentioning. 1. Cooldown reduction is the top priority. There's no need for a lengthy explanation. 2. Choose a dagger for your weapon. If you plan to use the Fist of Fate gloves, a wand is not a bad choice either. Thanks to the immobilize effect of Fist of Fate's lucky hit, you can increase critical strike damage up to 150% through Devouring Blaze. However, in PvP, there are few newbie players who overlook immobilize, so it doesn't seem to be very useful. Therefore, instead of using the Fist of Fate, I recommend general gloves that have plus 4 ranks of Chain Lightning, plus 15% attack speed, and more useful engraving effects for PvP. As I mentioned in the skill tree section, this build's lucky hit chance bonus is 0%. In PvP, don't put your faith in luck. I recommend opting for more reliable options. 3. Mana conservation is vital. This build has 153 mana, and thanks to the Elementalist's aspect, a 100% critical strike chance can be expected when mana is above 100. Regrettably, the Lightning series of builds has limited means for mana recovery, so aspect of the Umbral and recharging aspect are used to ensure mana is maintained. It's good to opt for the mana cost reduction options on the boots and focus, and even with this, if the attack speed is too fast, there may be cases where mana drops below 100. Therefore, consider the resource generation option in the focus. One thing to consider in terms of items is changing the dagger's damage to distance enemies to intelligence. According to the damage bucket theory, it is generally best to avoid options that start with damage to tilde in items. This is because you can sufficiently acquire these from Paragon. I consider the optimal life value to be around 13,000. I am contemplating increasing life by sacrificing some critical strike chance from the ring. Even by doing so, the critical strike chance is maintained between 95%-100%, so I believe the benefits would outweigh any potential drawbacks. This build is primarily focused on PvP, but it's capable of advancing through Nightmare Dungeon up to level 75, and allows for quick, death-free gameplay at levels below 65. You can also effortlessly defeat the Butcher. However, due to the structural limitations of the Chain Lightning skill, it isn't suitable for levels above 80. It lacks penetration, splash damage, and exceptional sustained damage. Although continued research might make it possible to enhance Chain with additional damage increases, enabling it to reach level 100, it would be far more straightforward and powerful to convert to Ice Shard with the current setup. In PvP, however, I believe Chain Lightning is a better choice than Ice Shard. In fact, I've never lost to an Ice Shard user in PvP because it's very easy to dodge its skill attacks. In contrast, Chain Lightning never misses a target it hits, making it a potent option. That concludes this Sorcerer Chain Lightning Build Guide video. I hope you found the information helpful. This video will also be shared on the Maxroll.gg website, where you can take a more in-depth look at the skill tree and Paragon. I'll see you in the first season of Diablo 4. Thank you.